on Seattle Sports.
Well, good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Not too bad, guys. What's happening?
Not a lot. Let's kind of dig into this. You've seen now 7 games, a week of baseball. What has stood out to you?
I guess what has stood out is the fact that we have, really struggled in almost every facet of the game for a week. And I know that the general attention has been paid to our offense, but it's really been all elements of the game. We've struggled to make the defensive plays. We've struggled on the bases. We've really struggled in managing the strike zone, both on the mound and from the batter's box. And that's the thing that we pride ourselves on and can control. So, we will turn ourselves around when we get back to doing the thing that we do, which is managing the strike zone. We are giving up too many free bases. We aren't getting enough of our own, and that has to flip for us to turn the script to the start of our season.
What does that look like, Jerry, behind the scenes? These are professionals. These are grown men. They certainly, many of them, there's been a lot of continuity, have been around and know what controlling the zone is all about. How do you go about reinforcing that, Scott, staff, behind the scenes?
Honestly, it's something we frequently do. Right now we're struggling in that area. And it's not, sometimes that can be the result of, we'll say opposing pitchers filling up the strike zone. And as a result, you're just not getting deep into counts or taking your walks. Sometimes it can be that the opposing lineup is attacking our pitcher quickly. That's not really what's happening. We're swinging outside the strike zone. We are making a lot of non-competitive misses on the pitcher's mound, and our language, from our coaches to our players, they know. And as you mentioned, these are guys who've done it before. They've done it very well at this level. They just had a bad week. And, what we can do is show some patience and keep on beating the drum of the process that we know led us to the place that we've been and we want to get back to.
It's interesting, kind of, you mentioned the pitching, and that's sort of what I focused on also, or you've kind of mentioned everything, but the pitching to me has maybe been the most surprising. What do you think it is? I noticed that the bullpen has not been striking out as many players, but what do you point to with the pitching right now?
Well, the simple fact of the matter is it's hard to strike them out when you're walking them. And, we're just walking way too many hitters. I think right now one measure is just looking at strikeout and walk ratios. And right now we are among the bottom 5 in the league, both as pitchers and as hitters in that area. And that can't continue. And our players know that. We still see the same physical stuff that we've ever seen. We still see the ability that we know exists with our team. We're just not seeing the execution. And, it's not because we're not prepared. It's not because we're pressing or trying too hard or all the different cliches we could throw out there. We just played poorly. And now we have to go out and play better.
And along those, along those lines, and I know this is something that's not measurable, so it's kind of a nuanced deal, but just expectations are a little bit different. It's not trying too hard or not focused, but do you think that there's a level that, we're now going to live in a world where expectations are different from even a season ago, where you ended a drought and those players in some capacity feel that weight?
I don't think that's the case at all. And, it's so early in our season. And, once you've been through baseball seasons, many baseball seasons like these guys have, and like many of us have experienced in our lives, the baseball season is right now fledgling. I think we've played less than 5% of our season. So I don't think they're looking at broader picture. I don't think they're listening to expectations we expected of ourselves. We would be disappointed if people didn't expect us to be, a contending club and to go out and win night after night. So I really don't think that is what has caused us to play poorly for a week. We just simply didn't execute. And, sometimes that's the answer, is you just didn't execute. We're physically capable. The team is prepared. They know who their opponents are, and we've played at this level for for a long time. We're not dealing with unknowns here. And we've just played inconsistent, sloppy baseball, which is not what we typically do.